Labour Party Statement on Central Africa 1954. The Labour Party deeply deplores the Conservative government's approval of the Constitutional Amendment Act and the election law recently passed by the Central African Union Parliament. The issuance of these two legislations marks the beginning of a new phase in the history of the Union. Although the Labour Party strongly opposed the imposition of the Union since 1953, he has always wanted to make every effort to make it continue, on the condition that it establish true racist participation in Central Africa and that its basis is voluntary accession by Africans. However, we have noted with increased concern the severity of racial tension in the past few years. The neglect of the present government of the Council of African Affairs has weakened Africans' understanding of the guarantees stipulated in the Constitution against the discrimination laws, which greatly increased their hostility to the Union. Therefore, in order for the Union to survive, we believe that concrete evidence must be provided to Africans that the principles in the preamble are in practice. The Labour Party welcomes the economic expansion that has occurred in the regions in recent years, but believes that this must go hand in hand with political progress and social integration of all races. Therefore, we call for the following steps to be taken in order to implement these principles. The issuance of these two legislations is the beginning of a new phase. 1. Issuing an explicit statement that the goal of the Federation is full democracy and equal rights for all citizens. B. Revision of the Union election law to ensure real representation of Africans denies the federal parliament. C. Speed elimination of racial segregation in social relations and industry. Doctor. The application of the joint education policy for the various elements currently being successfully pursued at the university, on other stages of education. Based on the progress achieved in these matters, the Labour Party will decide its position at the conference that will consider the future of the Union in 1960. The Workers' Party considers itself fully committed to the preamble of the Constitution, which states that the people of North Rhodesia and Nyasaland shall continue to enjoy separate government under the special protection of Her Majesty as long as this. He was horrified by 100, and the Workers' Party believed that the powers of the federal government and regional governments needed to be reviewed in order to protect the status of reserves. And we affirm the commitment not to grant the status of dominion unless all the inhabitants of the Union express the desire for it, by exercising full and equal democratic rights. In order to enable African views to be expressed more effectively in this conference and as a step towards full democracy, the Labour Party believes that Africans in Northern Rhodesia and Nyasaland should be provided opportunities from now to increase participation in the government. To this end, the party is calling for swift constitutional reforms to ensure a majority of Africans are elected in the Nyasaland Legislative Council and to appoint ministers. Africans are equal in number to ministers of other races. In Northern Rhodesia, there should be equality of representation between Africans and other elements in both the Legislative Council and the Executive Council. The Labour Party also believes that the right to vote in both regions should immediately expand its scope as a step forward towards granting the right to vote to all adult citizens.